Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Play episode number 170. Been a little while since I've done my last Let's Play, been a pretty busy week and all. So here it is. Let's Play episode number 170. So welcome everybody to the live stream or post live stream, depending on when you're watching it. SASP Faction Rank 9+. Okay, I guess we're not taking a Crown Vic today, so adios with that one. We'll hop on over to one of these pieces of turds and let's hope that everything's loaded up in the trunk. So that way they do trunk check will be alright already. It's good enough. Let's roll. Not that many players online compared to what there normally is this time of day, which is very odd. But yeah, and I'll set my thing is gold, so that way everyone in-game knows that I'm live streaming. So like I said, if you see my name in gold, I'm live streaming, and if it's white, then you know I'm not live streaming. So that's kind of the easiest way to tell with that. That way you don't have to PM me, are you streaming? Because that'll answer it for you. Don't really know how busy it's been. I don't really know how many cops are online either. So 16 cops for 90 players. They're almost 90 players. So ratio is a little bit high. So I don't, like I said, don't really know if you'll see much action. I'm hoping you do, because the last Let's Play was not that eventful either. It's been a couple of boring Let's Plays, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm hoping for your guys' sake and even mine that there's a decent amount of action today. It would be nice to switch it up. Thundered like crazy last night, so it was a little rough getting to sleep for a bit, but then it calmed down, and eventually I just fell asleep anyway, because yada yada, was tired as hell. Been pretty hot here, been hovering over 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in Canada, Nova Scotia, believe it or not. Yes, it can get that warm in the summer, but it usually lasts for 2 to 3 weeks, and then it starts cooling off again, unfortunately. So usually by the time you switch into August, you have maybe like a week of warm weather, and then it starts going down to 23, 22 degrees Celsius, and then that's kind of the end of your summer right there. So it kind of sucks as far as that goes. I'm going to tell you this, I'd much rather take a year-long summer than a year-long of 2 months of summer, 6 months of winter, and 1 month of fall and spring. See, known gang hideout, running around the ammunition. Seems a little bit suspicious. Just gonna keep my eyes open a little bit. Like I said, Blueberry usually isn't that crazy of a town, but once in a while you do get a bit of gang activity that you have to keep your eyes open for. And thank you, Henry. 13,000 miles in this car. Yeah, 86 players online. That is very low for this time of day on a Saturday. Usually it's up around the 120 markers, so I don't really know what's going on. There's a big complaint thing on the forum for some reason over some BS crap. People think the RP quality's gone down, but realistically it's been about the same for the past year or so. And every server has their problems, but idiots always find their way in, no matter what. Personally, I don't find the server that bad. Some people just like to complain at some points, and once one person complains, then other people complain on the forum. It's just kind of the way it goes. Let's see. Let's go take a look around the Monty Park over here. They have their road closed off, it looks like, for some road work. Yay, the corner's disabled. My God. Alrighty, like I said, Peach Blocks is dead as a doornail because the gang that resided here is now long gone, unfortunately for the server. They did bring lots of activity to the server. Whether people like them or not, that's up for debate. Personally, I thought it was always kind of interesting because you go around there and there'd be a high risk of dying, so you always had to be smart about your decisions when you're over there. Let me just check something real quick, make sure my live stream's working, and it appears to be. Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in. Only a couple of you right now, but that's probably because no one's really expect me to do a live stream since I haven't done one for a few days. I'll be right back in 1 minute, guys, sorry. Alrighty, there we go, I'm back. Somehow my washer got stuck on a cycle, so I just had to restart it. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, I really don't know if this is going to be a very interesting Let's Play or not, because there's not that many people online for this time of day, and there's quite a few COTs for the amount of people that are on as well. That's a little weird, 2 cruisers abandoned right there. That guy wanted a ride, I think, but too bad for him. My car's finally going in to get its e-brake fixed after all this time. Made it through the winter without it. Don't really need it though. Automatic transmission, so... But I will need it for safety inspection, so I figured now that it's backing plates, now's a good time to finally get that thing fixed. Yeah. Really every issue I've had with the car so far has been because of rusting. The backing plates rusted out back in November, causing the e-brake to seize. And when I first bought the car, the differential plate was rusted out, the differential cover was rusted out, so I had to get that replaced as well. So both my repairs in the car have come from rust issues alone. So, like I said, those of you that don't live in a rusty area, you have no idea just how good you've got it until you've actually experienced it for yourself. Even the spot right in front of the rear tires is starting to rust out pretty bad. That connects down to the rocker panels. I'm getting a little nervous about it. Yeah, I've had it touched up a couple times, but it's kind of at the point where I don't know if I can touch that area up so much anymore. It might just have to get like cut out somehow. I'm not really sure yet. I'll have to ask a body shop and see what they think about it. Rust-wise, the car's not that bad for being 10 years old. I mean, it's about average. It was a rental for the first year or two of its life, so you know it wasn't undercoated originally. And I'd say their second owner didn't undercoat it every year, but they probably did it every other year. So like I said, rust isn't too bad. It could be better, for sure. Not denying that, but still a good car overall. All the Crown Vics, though, they rust in the same spots. Under the fenders, the back of the fenders, like right in front of where the rear wheels are, at the very bottom, rust out pretty quick, because that's where all the rocks and stuff get kicked up to. And salt just sits in there all winter. Even if you wash it, it's hard to get it out of there. And rocker panel covers cause some rust issues under there usually. And the left rear door on every Crown Vic I've seen, the left rear doors always had more rust issues than any of the other doors in the car. I don't know if it's just the way that the bodies are put together, because I think the left rear door sits a bit different than the others, and salt just finds its way in there somehow all the time, more so than the other doors. A little odd, but every car has its quirks no matter what. It is unfortunate though, when you sit down and think about it for a couple minutes, you're really not going to see that many Crown Vics on the road in just 2 or 3 years. Like, most of them have already, like 75% of them have already been retired, probably in North America, I think it is, for police car use already, or something like that figure. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think it's between 65-75% of them are already retired. And even in civilian use now, a lot of them are getting up there miles and are just getting old, especially in the salt belt. So seeing a Crown Vic fairly in a few years could be a rare thing to see on the road, to be quite honest. And I know it sounds very funny, but it's the truth. I mean, ask yourself, do you see that many civilian Crown Vics right now, especially in the salt belt? Not really. And that number is only going to get smaller and smaller as time goes on. It's kind of the same thing as when the Caprices faded out. I was only born 2 years before they got phased out, so I don't really remember. But when you look at foreigns, it's kind of the same thing. They're around for a few years, then they just disappear. All of a sudden, no one has one anymore. Kind of the same thing for a Crown Vic, and I've even noticed on Kijiji, people have had clean Crown Vics, but they're not selling as fast, and that's because they're no longer the cop car, if you know what I'm saying. A lot of people say they don't buy them not to look like a cop, but I know that some people definitely buy them to look like a cop and just say, hey, look at me on the road. And yeah, I hate this kind of people because they give regular Crown Vic owners a bad name, but they do exist. But I have noticed that the market for the Crown Vics is definitely slowing down compared to what it was quite a while, like even just a few years back. Like, the prices have gone up a little bit, I'd say, and there's less, and that's because there's less cars to pick from. But even clean examples of a Crown Vic now are not selling nearly as fast as what they used to. And like I said, that's because they're not necessarily the police car anymore. As weird as it sounds. Already, that street sweeper is not a very good driver. Howdy guys. Stream looks like it's going okay. Man, there's like nothing happening on the server like my last couple of Let's Plays. I don't really know what the hell's going on. It's really, really weird. Thinking about leaving traffic unit too, to be honest. It's just kind of pointless. Alrighty, I'm glad we caught up to this guy, and I'm actually shocked he pulled over. Ryan Wolf. Alrighty, we're gonna go engage with this guy. They're gonna go wait in case he takes off. Let's see what he does. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's see what he says. Hi guys, again.
Off, mangy dog.
Already due to his record. And say bye-bye to this. We'll do each of them for 6 hours, or technically 6 days, so that way they can tell when he's driving. Or the onboard printer. Alrighty. So he's toast. I know he's gonna hop on that as soon as I drive off. I just know it. Watch this. He's waiting for me to drive away. Ever so peacefully. Wow, he's actually walking away from it. Wow. That's the first. Someone's actually leaving their bike behind. Wow. We almost died. Alright guys, I'm at the end of the Let's Play here. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. See you next time.